Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all honors and praises and glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham Yahavashai, Bahasham, Bahar Vakar Kwadash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahavashai, in who I reverence and honors to the apostles that have in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, I mean the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because you know we're living in the last days of the last days, right? And there's a lot of things going on as usual, and all we got to do is just bring out these words and watch the Lord Jehovah Shai do the rest. That's all we got to do. You got people out here that want to run psychological operations on people that are doing something good, and you know, try to back them in the corner, but your prophets will not be backed into a corner anymore. And we're here to present the truth before you, not lies. Truth, not deception. Truth, not skullduggery. Truth. So let's go to it. We're going to start off on Proverbs 12, and we're going to jump straight to verse 19. Actually, let's go straight to verse 17. He who speaks truth declares righteousness. That's all we're here to do. Declare the righteousness of the Lord. That's all we're here to do. But a false witness deceive. See, you know, you're going to find out there's a lot of false witnesses out here, man. They just make up stuff as they go. Just making up stuff. Right? So a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword. But the tongue of the wise promotes health. So even if you're receiving these words, guess what's happening? This is doing good for your health as well. This word also promotes health. Not death. This word promotes death. Decay. The truthful lip shall be established forever. So that's what we're here to do, just speak truth. Why are you getting offended for? But that's why this word ain't for everybody. Let me just pan the camera. So like you. The sun's shining heavily in my eyes. That's what we're here to do, man. Just bring you the truth. And whoever receives it, receives it. Whoever don't. Right? Here comes the perps now. Right? There's psychological warfare. You know, there goes. See what I'm saying? The Lord's shutting down. Yahweh is shutting down his program. Right? The Lord's shutting down your program. And there goes your commuters on the train. There goes your commuters on the train as well. Your gang stalkers. Your human traffickers. Listen, man. All we got to do is just speak the truth. And the Lord's going to do the rest, man. That's all we need to do. People getting all discombobulated. Hold on just a minute. Let me move this up a bit more. Getting all discombobulated, man. There's a lot of, you know what there is? There's a lot of demons out here. There's a lot of cowards. And there's a lot of demons out here, man, that are not up front. They do things covertly. Why? Because on a spiritual level, they're not even ready. They can't match you. So you know what they have to do, brothers? They have to do covert stuff. Covert tactics. Underhanded tactics. Let me pan the camera. They have to do underhanded tactics, basically. You know what I'm saying? Hide their hands, man, while they strike. What part of the game is that? You know what I'm saying? What part of the game is that? Right? But this truth is going to continue to go out, whether you like it or not. I've told you, bro. You got predators out here, bro, preying on people, man. Children, women. You should be watching them. You get me? Trying to gaslight those that are speaking the truth. Gaslight those that are doing wickedly, man. We're teaching the word. What's wrong with you? What happened to you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what it is? It's not us. It's this word. It's too much. Same thing when the Messiah was on the scene. What were they doing? They were screaming their head off. They were shouting. They were screaming, saying, what have we to do with thee, thou son of the Most High? Panicking, acting erratic. That's them spirits. So we're going to see how this thing turns out now. All right? And it says, the truth of the lips shall be established forever. But a lying tongue is but for a moment. So they're lying. They're lying. A lying tongue, it says just for a moment, brothers. A moment. Lies can't prosper because with a lie, this is what you have to do. When you tell a lie, you have to remember that same lie that you told. You have to remember that. So what happens when you forget it? That means somebody has to cover up for you because you forgot that lie that you told. Then you start to see the inconsistencies. That's why I always say, just the Lord is the truth. He is the way. He is the way. He is the light. He's the truth. Just be truthful. Stop being a little mischievous imp. Stop lying. Thou shalt not lie. Because when you do, it's hard. Because you have to remember what you said. Now you're running to this person, running to that person, and I don't know. Now you got two different stories. Now you got three. Now you got five. Now there's infighting. Now there's infighting. But you said this. But you said that. So what's the story? Because it was all bullcrap to begin with. It was bullcrap. Remember, we have an adversary. He specializes in lies. Let's go to John 8. What's it? John 8. What do you expect? It says he's the father of lies. Let's go to it. Lying all the time. It says, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources. For he is a liar and the father of it. What do you expect? You're dealing with the devil here, man. What does that mean? Deceiver. He's a deceiver. That's his whole job. To deceive. So what do you think he's going to be doing then? If you're a man of truth, looking to deceive you. This is why when you step out here, what people would do, they get a notification on their phone, right, on their phones with their little fraternities, and they step out, and this is done to try to put you in the corner, to give you the illusion that there's nowhere to go, when the Lord already said you're free. They're doing that based off fear, because there's spirits working in them. That's why they're doing that. So don't give in to the fear, the intimidation, and all them tactics there. You're free to go where you want at any time, but don't be silly with what you're doing. They know you're free. But what they want to try to do is cage you in. No, they can know the places you're going, but they can't cage your spirit. You understand? When it comes to the things like the spirit, they can't cage them. This is sickening when you see how people are behaving. More and more people are talking about this type of stuff. This is a worldwide pandemic. It's spirits using people, basically. Demonic spirits. And wherever them demonic spirits tell them to go, they go. If they tell them to stop, they stop. If they tell them to move, they move. Well, when this is a spiritual war, and we take it, guess who we let take control? The Lord. At all times. Let's go to Isaiah. You still don't get that. Oh, let's go to this Isaiah 54. Save me, O my power, by your name, and vindicate me by your strength. Don't worry, you will be vindicated. Some of you are already vindicated years ago. Because nothing they're saying is actually sticking anymore. Oh, what was the first one? The first one, right? About 3-4 years ago. He's useless. Well, hold on a minute. Have you seen it? Well, what's his progress been? Have you seen the progress? Has he leveled up? Oh, so that doesn't work. What's the next one? He's not doing enough. Well, hold on a minute. He's busy. He's always teaching. He doesn't take a break. That's not working. What's next? What's next? Oh, well, what's the next? He's selfish. Oh, yeah. No. Well, hold on a minute. The scriptures talk about being servants. The scriptures talk about being servants, right? So hold on a minute. How can you be selfish when you're serving people most of the time? Oh, he's selfish. He's cold. You know why they say that? Because you're not giving it to no manipulation anymore, and you're guarding your energy, and you're not giving it to just anyone. That's why they say that. Because prior to you coming into the truth, you were probably being used and manipulated. So the moment the devil can't use you, now there's a problem. Of course, there's going to be a problem. Of course, there's going to be a problem. Because he can't use you the way he did before. Because you belong to the Lord now. You've been freed from darkness. You've been delivered from darkness into the marvelous light. So, of course, he's going to start screaming and kicking and acting erratic, like an erratic mule. Okay? So, this is where this is coming from. This is coming from the spiritual realm. It's spiritual warfare, if you didn't know. And this is happening worldwide. Worldwide. There's other people through the world going through the same thing. You have those that are weak to the enemy, and you have those that oppose the enemy. Those that are weak to the enemy, they're the ones that get used to do this type of thing. And they think it's funny as well when it ain't funny. It's not funny. I put it spiritual warfare on steroids because you're some type of threat to the enemy. Or sometimes it's you piss someone off in the government or some high organization that had connections to corporations, and this is how this type of thing can happen. But it doesn't matter because it's still spiritual warfare either way. Could have been a whistle blown. Who knows? But the truth is, you're speaking truth, and that's all that matters. As long as you're doing what's right according to the Lord, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're not stalking anyone, are you? Okay, and that's the people that should be arrested. You're not causing harm to anyone, are you? Okay, fine. Right? You're not robbing anyone or anybody. Fine then. What's the problem? What's the problem? There is none. But they want you to be the cause of the problem. That's what they want. They want you to be the cause of that problem. So they can look for someone to blame. Hypocrisy. That's why Yahushua told us in Matthews, man, what to do when you're around these people, man. And how you have to use discretion. Go to Proverbs 3. They hate it when this truth comes out. Well, when I say they, I'm talking about a certain group of people, not everyone. Then they want you to think that the whole world's against you when it's not the whole entire world. That's what they want you to think. Because a lot of these people have occultic and satanic beliefs as well. Get out of here. Let's go to Proverbs 12 and 10. When wisdom enters into your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your soul. That's what we want to enter into us. Wisdom. Right? And it's pleasant. It's supposed to be pleasant to you, man. Something that's pleasant is delightful. This ain't pleasant to a lot of people. This is distasteful. It shouldn't be. Okay? And please don't even ask me where I am. I'm in some... Oh, where am I right now, brother? Because I'm just cruising, innit? Cruising the streets of London, teaching, bringing a good gospel, bringing a light, covering a lot of ground in the spiritual realm. That's another reason why the enemy gets mad as well. Because we're covering a lot of ground spiritually. We're bringing light to darkness. We are spiritual warriors, spiritual soldiers. Okay? And it says, check this out. Proverbs 3. Where was we? This is Proverbs 3. Abakashon. Discretion will preserve you. That's what's going to preserve us, man. You know you have to be discreet when you're out on these streets. You have to be discreet. Because most of these people, they already know who you are even before you've got there. Or they've been told something. Remember, this is lies, bro. These are corporations. Sometimes it's law enforcement. Sometimes it's police. People told lies, bro, trying to destroy your character, bro. But they haven't succeeded. All they've done is just put more weight on your name. Or glorified your Yahushua. That's all they've done. They haven't destroyed you. Because now people are going to say, hold on a minute, so what are they saying? Let's watch him. I want to see what he's about. Then when people say, hold on a minute, I kind of like, I kind of like this guy, you know? I kind of like him. Well, how do you think the people that are saying no, no, talking all that rubbish, how do you think they're gonna feel? So it doesn't matter what they say, what they do. You're gonna have people that either love you or hate you. You're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. That's fine. We're not here to be everybody's cup of tea. We're here to bring up the words. Discretion will preserve you, so make sure we're being discreet. What's discreet? When you're going out and about, you're not shouting off your head, you're not acting erratically, and you're not. There's a certain conduct we're supposed to have. Okay, same conduct as when you're teaching. Same thing. But you're more wise how you go about things, because people, they will speak to you to try to get words out of you. Then they run to their handlers or whoever and start speaking, start talking. hmm So it says, understanding will keep you to deliver you away from the evil. See, so understanding is going to help us out from the man who speaks. Check this out. Perverse things. Because we're living in a very perverse time now. So it says that. So it says that from the man that speaks perverse things. So that's why we got to keep our mind and tongue from perverseness and stay on that straight and narrow path. Don't deter from that. Now there's going to be times where that happens, but try to stay on that narrow. It's not easy. Try to stay on that narrow path. It's hard. You're going to have bruises, bumps, scars. You may fall, but get up again. It's not over. Right? A righteous man falleth 7 times, but he gets back up. That's a sign of a winner. That's a sign of someone that's strong. We're not here to say we're perfect. No way. We're not. We are not perfect. But we try. And I can feel right now someone's trying to beam some type of energy my way, because I can feel it ricocheting past my head. I can actually feel it. So listen, these people are scrupulous. There's some real scrupulous devils out here, man. Real scrupulous, bro. As I pulled up here, there was a red van on the other side. This man was shouting, right? Slamming doors. From where I am, my location, man, of what, 4 mile, 3 mile radius. This is how you know this is spiritual, but it's technology. There's someone on the phone talking rubbish, spreading lies. There's someone's doing that. Now it's spiritual, but someone's behind this, right? Spreading lies. But you know why this happens? Because you ain't sold your soul. Right? That's another thing as well. What should a man gain if you show what profit? What should a man profit if he'll gain the whole world and lose his own soul? People selling their souls these days, left, right, and center. Miserable. Miserable heap of lards. Miserable heaps of lard. Oh, you gotta be wise when you're out here. Energy. If the energy ain't right, remove yourself from that. If the energy's off, the energy has to be right. Right place, right environment. That's why I love nature. Get out in nature. Don't be surrounded by misery. Misery loves company, man. They want to bring you down. That's what they want to do. They wanna bring you down. Like, get over here. Where do you think you're going? That's the. No, we can't be like that. We gotta be careful. Hello, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. If I may ask you, you live around here?
Yeah, just up there.
What's this area like?
It's nice.
Yeah?
Quiet.
Okay. What's the name of this area?
Granville. That one is up there.
Okay.
Granville Park.
Yeah. So it's a sweet area then.
Yeah.
What about it? Is there a lot of women around here?
I don't know. I don't look at women.
Okay.
I look at the men.
Ask me. All right. So we're gonna go back to, we got Michael as well, but we have to be wise when we're out here, right? Yeah, I'm just in a place. You know how I like to cruise around. I'm trying to get familiar with London. I'm trying to get familiar, and the reason why the reason why you're being watched is because you're powerful. Because you're powerful. The words that you speak are powerful. Let's go to Hebrews 4 and 12. This is why you're being watched, bro. Your perception of how you see yourself, I think that's one of the most important things in this truth. Because how you see yourself is going to be it's going to be mirrored. It's going to be mirrored to you. If you see yourself as a victim, if you see yourself as a complainer, as just a loser, that's going to be mirrored to your situation. Because you're bringing that upon yourself. Now, do certain people bring certain things up? Yeah. So when you're out and about, don't walk around or ride around or whatever, like, woe is me. Woe is me. Oh no. Don't be in that. That's a horrible spirit to be in. Remember, you have the word, you're walking in Yahweh Shai's authority, God given authority. You're walking around in here, woe is me. Forget that. That's how they want you to be. So therefore, what they do can work on you. Look at all these people on the train going nowhere too soon. All going nowhere too soon. Hmm? People think moving around is being busy, doing something with you. No, that's not busy, man. You're just on the merry-go-round. To really have purpose is to teach this word, keep the Lord's commandments to the best of our abilities. That's our duty. That's what we should delight in, brothers. Okay? Delight in that. Hope this is edifying. Really hope it is. Hebrews 4 and 12. So please don't walk around, woe is me. We're gonna have hard days, but don't be in that spirit. Because it strengthens what they're doing when they do it. That's how they want you to be. Right? Hebrews 4 and 12. It says, for the word of the Heavenly Father is a living and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing of soul and spirit, and the joints of the marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Whew. You know this word when you're teaching it, you never know who's watching. You know you can have people that are watching, and you say something, and you're like, I didn't like that. That hurt my feelings. And you don't even know about this person or whoever, and they're feeling cut by that. They're feeling hurt by it. Because it says it's a intent of the heart. It searches the intent of your mind, your character, if you have any. The word does that. It's a mind reader. We don't need no V2K. We don't need no, what's it? Voice to skull, no mind reading technology. This searches your mind, how you feel, how you think, the intent. The word does that. Okay? 4 and 16. And it's a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. It says it. This goes into your intent. What's your intent? What you're looking, your intent, your inner intent, your most intent, your minds, right? Your thoughts. Oh, the trains are going past ever so quick now. You even with the trains, even with the train thing, right? Everything is staged. Everything. Timing. Guess who runs that? Guess who runs the trains and all that? All that train, the timing on that. You know when it comes to the timing schedule, high level warlocks and witches and occultists, they run that, man. But time ain't on their side, unfortunately. That's not on their side. Time's on the elect side. Revelations 12 and 12. The devil's come down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time. Short time. That's why you're seeing all these things. Great wrath, great anger. He's looking for souls. He's looking to recruit. He's looking to get you in a palaver, in trouble, set you up, get you in a situation where you wouldn't necessarily put yourself in. That's why you have to be wise out here. Use the wisdom. Don't operate like a fool. Don't be hot-headed as well. Right? Do not be a hothead because that's how he gets you. You're always waiting for you to do something. Right? Check this out. This is Psalms 119 and 133. Direct my steps by your words and let not no iniquity have dominion over me. So pray for the Lord to direct our steps. So sin not have no dominion over us. You have to pray for that. Because it's so easy within the day for us to go off. It's so easy for us to go off, to mess up. That's so easy. Mm? Direct my steps by your word and let no iniquity have dominion over me. Redeem me from the oppression of man. Like I said, this program, it's an oppressive program. People that are powerful, they're the ones that society tries to oppress, the system tries to oppress. Oppress means to hold down. So they really want to hold you down. They want to suppress your voice. They want to suppress even your movements. These people are desperate. They even want to suppress your movements out here. Imagine that. Imagine that. Or not suppress your movements, rather control your movements. That's oppression. And what oppresses? Them demons, right? Them unclean spirits. They're oppressive spirits. You see, you're going to see people walking around like zombies. Them oppressive spirits out here. But that's why the scriptures talk about freedom. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall what? Make you free. Free from what? From bondage, man. So we got to get out of this bondage. And when I'm talking about bondage, I'm talking about mental bondage. Because, yeah, there's chains, but there's also spiritual chains. And that's spiritual because a man just walked past with chains as well. That's spiritual, bro. Spiritual. So we got to get them chains off our minds and be free. A Jamaican man I was speaking to yesterday, a Benjamin, and guess what he said? He said it's really hard in these times to really be a man. To really be a man. That's suppressed. Even that's suppressed now. To be a man, that's suppressed. You understand? That's suppressed. To be independent, even to want to be independent, that's suppressed. People are saying, no. You have to do it in a group. You have to. That's suppressed. To live in truth and want to do the right thing, that's hard. Because not everybody's doing the right thing. About 2 or 3 people have walked past me in black. I'm not going to get on them because they're wearing black, but usually the black is associated with intimidation and also death. And not just that, other things as well. But these are all the tactics that are used. This is real warfare. The enemy's watching. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness and to the kingdom of darkness agenda. A holy threat. Indeed. Okay. But we have to remain grounded. Excuse me just a minute. Yeah, man. You're that holy threat, man. And they try to do visuals as well. They try to mess with your visual. Bro, you'd be surprised what these... Listen. Some things are going to come out later on. Not everything you see you have to mention. That's another thing as well. Learn when to speak. There's a time to speak. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Not everything you see you have to mention. Yeah, during the day, I saw this. This happened and that happened. Learn to shut your mouth. That's the spiritual power. The reason why you've been given discernment and awareness, that's a power. Now, with that comes great responsibility. Oh, I just saw this and I saw that. And I saw... Oh, no wonder why people act shifty around you. Of course, but what do you think's going to happen if anything you see, you mention it? When the average person, right? Let this go fast. gonna happen? The average person is no longer gonna act normal around you. They're gonna be more cautious because your level of awareness or what you speak about, that's gonna cause them to act a certain way. So now when they do things, it's gonna be more covert. That's what happens when you talk too much. Yeah, I saw this and that happened, and I saw this over there. You don't need to everything you see. You don't need to mention. Some things you let the Lord deal with, and He'll bring that out in another time. Learn to keep your mouth shut. You understand? Learn to keep your mouth shut. There's a time and there's a place. Because then now you're gonna put yourself in a situation where no one wants to deal with you because you might be that person. Yeah, I noticed this. That can cause people to act shifty around you and not want to be around you. Awareness is good, but you have to balance awareness out. Check this out. Ecclesiastes 3, right? And 7. A time to keep silence, a time to speak, and a time to love, a time to hate, and a time of war, and a time of peace. It just said there's a time to keep silent. It just said that. So when is that time to keep silent? When is that right time to keep silent? It says it. And there's a time to speak. So therefore, you would have to find the right timing. That's a skill. Sometimes you have to be quiet. There's a time where you just have to be quiet. Let the other person speak. Because you can also learn by that as well. Then there's a time where you have to speak up for yourself. But not all the time you want to always be saying, well, I saw this, I saw that. Then it turns to justification and this and that. You don't always want to be doing that. That's not a good place. That's not a good way to be. All right? Someone else just pulled it. See, I can see someone else just pulled up in a car in a red hat. But you did have a red woolly hat. See? You don't want to be that. See? You don't want to be impulsive. We can't be impulsive. All right? Yeah, you are being watched by the occult, and he say, other way, sister. Yeah. We are being watched, isn't it? But therefore, we see you have to remain circumspect. Keep quiet about certain things. So, God bless you too, sister. Don't mention everything that we see. Certain things, just keep silent about. Okay? Well, beautiful sister, man. May the Lord bless that sister, man. See, nobody's gonna say God bless and have evil intent. So don't be paranoid. That's nothing. Stop being paranoid as well, because there's a certain group of people that want you to be paranoid. Stop being paranoid. Live life. Stop it. You understand? Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha. St- uh, Stop it. Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha. Stop being. And that's another. She's dressed in. Stop being paranoid. Live. Live. See what else we got. We got John. You live. John 10:10. The enemy, he wants to oppress your spirit. That's what he's about. Right? He wants you miserable. The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I've come that they might have life and they might have it abundantly. Life. So live. Come on. Live. Forget the survival thing. That's being done by wicked individuals that are being used. They don't want you to live out your life. Survival mode. Where now you find yourself rushing. Bro, you shouldn't be doing that. Now, some of you're a bit of a, what's it? Introvert. You can be extrovert, but you're introvert. You like your own company. But don't rush life. Don't rush life. You rushing. You ain't even thinking. You're overthinking. You're overthinking. That's what happens when you overthink a situation. That's what the gang stalking thing is designed to do. Have you overthink, well, should I go there? Well, maybe if I go there, these people are gonna be there and they're gonna do this. So immediately what you've just done, you've just kind of doubted yourself, and this is how gaslighting and sabotage begins. They want you to doubt yourself. So stop overthinking. Well, should I go here? But if I go there, these people could be here. Right, you're overthinking. So what? See, this is you overthink stuff, and this is how you know this program is run by military and police, because they're the only ones that can pull something like that off. Stop overthinking. If you want to go somewhere and the Lord has you, you go there. Oh, but that person might be there and they might start doing this. Now you've just completely you stopped it. Now you're probably sitting down, and now you're wasting time when you could have already been there and completed that mission. It's designed to cause doubt within you, make you doubt yourself. That's why I don't even worry about this type of stuff anymore. Because I understand it. And once you understand something, you're able to overcome it or deal with it better. Oh, but yeah, but yeah, someone's in the car, tinted up car. They're beeping. Noise campaign. Yeah. You see that? Did you hear that? Yeah, they're wearing red. You see that? Yeah, you see that? Look at him. Look. Bro, we're over that now. You're over that. Now, you do videos to bring awareness, but you're over it. Because this is how they get their power. You give that to them. Because the scripture says, let's check this out. I want to show you something. Let me show you something. Matthew 10. Over that now. And yeah, it is repetitive. The reason why it's repetitive is so through repetitiveness, things are learned. Things are learned through repetitiveness. So the reason why these things that are put before you are repetitive is to control your mind, is to have you in a repetitive cycle. That's why things are done repetitively. Have you noticed? That's why they will show you same things, same phrases, same things. To have you like REM, under mind control. That's why you have to break them cycles, right? And habits. And beware of what people are saying to you as well, right? Conditioning, right? It's the condition of your mind. This is Matthew 10. And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits. I'm not going to dip out soon. We're dipping out soon. Okay? We're dipping out. Mm. So I'm just thinking about something. I'm just thinking about, yeah, I'm telling you, these devils are real scrupulous, man. Real scrupulous. These people, like, listen, let's go to Matthew 10. And when he had called these 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. They were given power to do that. Let me check the time. Yeah, so hold on. Therefore, they were given power, right? So if you've been given power to do that, you have a power over the enemy. That means you have power over the enemy. So, these unclean spirits that are stalking brothers, so-called stalking, following, or whatever, right? Therefore, if you're paying attention to them, what are you doing? and you have a power. You have power already. What's happening if you're paying attention to it? What's happening? That means you'd be given something that's demonic, right? It is demonic, and without a shadow of a doubt, it is demonic. Because these people have occultic, satanic beliefs as well, when they're trying to end it. So if you're giving your energy to it, what are you doing? You're giving it power. That's how you give. Gang stalking is another way to give the enemy, Satan, your power. Why do you think it's based on people running around you, women bending over all the time, all that, in order for them to get your attention? That's what it's based upon. So you might have what people cycling, right? Cycling, running, right? Jogging, or sometimes even speaking. It's all based on getting your attention. Because this thing's about energy, harvesting, and it's done in a big way. Even the people that walk the roads, when you're teaching this truth, and might see them crossing parallel to you, that's all based on energy. All of it. And when you give that energy to them, you're giving them some of your power. That's what you're doing. And now you feel depleted during the day. I know about this early on. I know about this type of stuff. These are people with occultic beliefs. Most, not all, most. And they do it more if they know it bothers you. They do it more. They ramp it up. They need the energy. They need it. They want to harvest that. So just remember that. Don't give these people no attention. And have you noticed they get very angry when you don't feed into it? Oh, they get very angry when you don't feed into it. Very angry. Very. All right? They start stamping their feet, sniffing, because you're not feeding that energy, that demonic energy. You're not giving it. The enemy loves that, especially from the children of God. He loves that energy. Learn to refrain yourself. Learn to have discipline. Remember, submit yourselves, therefore, to God, Yahweh. Resist. Once you're submitted to God, now you can resist. It doesn't say resist, then submit. You have to be submitted to something in order to resist something. You can't be doing two things at the same time. Right? How can you resist the devil if you're paying attention to everything he does? Submit. Submit to God. Submit to the Father. Submit to Yahweh Shai. Then you can resist. Right? That was probably a Stingray truck contractors. They even got contractors that have been hired out. But we're not supposed to focus on all that. This morning there was what do you call it? One of them trucks. What's them trucks? Stingray truck right outside the back garden. Right outside my back garden. Stingray truck. Surveillance truck. Don't give any of this energy. Don't give it any energy. You give it energy, you give it your power. So it's like you're giving it away. Today I even had to say to one shopkeeper, don't play in my face, man. Don't play in my face. Because remember, they do skits. You're going to see street theatre. You're going to see people positioned in certain places. You know how many money's being spent on you? You're like the main character. Some of you are the main character and all that. You know how many money that's been put into you? They've moved people out of towns and completely changed the whole dynamic of that town just for you. Whether it's to control you or whether it's to whatever. That's money. That's money. So you're obviously important to something and somebody in some type of way. Stop looking at this as negative. It's designed to have it, oh, it's negative, but why does that happen? Stop looking at it as negative. Start looking, well, there is a lot of, it's evil. It is in nature, it's evil. So I can't sugarcoat it. But you can always, with evil, remember, what you meant for evil, Joseph said the Lord turned for good. So there is evil that can be done, but it's turned for good for the elect. What you meant for evil for me, the Lord turned it to good. It's about the mind state of thinking. That's what I had to learn. That's what I had to learn. Right? And you're not just going to get this overnight. It's going to take time. See what else we got. You got Luke as well. You're not just going to get this overnight. It's a process. But then you start maturing into yourself. Hmm? You start maturing. I could, if I wanted to, I could tell you everything about this program, everything. I could tell you every single tactic. But what would you be gaining out of that? What would you gain if I told you? Or is it going to put you in fear mode? Because now, once you're told about this, are you going to start looking out for these things? Because this is how people are tricked. So, what was you doing? I want to ask you, what was you doing before you heard about this stupid term which people want to call gang stalking, which is really human trap? What was you doing before you heard about it? You were living your life as usual, and that was still happening. The people were still there, walking out same time you're walking out. Your neighbors were surveilling you. You had witches monitoring you. Your shopkeeper knew who you. That was always happening. So what was you doing before that? You didn't care because you didn't see it. It wasn't there. You see? You didn't see it. So that means what was you doing? You were living life, right? You were living life. There you go. That's the answer. The answer was in the question, right? There you go. Whatever you feed, you give energy to. So if you feed evil, you're giving it energy. That's why Yahweh said, if your eye be single, your whole body shall be full of light. If your eye be evil, it shall be full of darkness. Now, this thing which they call gang stalking is evil. Well, why are you paying attention to it then, if it's evil? Because now you're creating that reality for yourself. Forget about what other people are doing. You're creating that reality. Oh, but someone just stepped out the van. Yeah, someone was just wearing blue and they laughed. They were just giggling. So what? So what? So what? We need to start maturing in this truth, man. Real talk. There's certain channels that are out there. The whole channel would be based on gang stalking. Are you serious? Are you serious? And most of that, what they don't tell you, most of that stems from witchcraft. Sometimes family could have been heavily into that, or they could have been a part of a coven, or you could have been dedicated to Satan as a child. That's how some of these things come about. But now you're in the truth. The Lord delivered you. You brought that. But them spirits, they feel that they have access to you because of that. Many things. Many things. But the large majority of it is witchcraft. Okay? So just know that. But therefore, hold on, don't you have authority over these spirits? So what's the problem? That's why they watch you, because they know you. They knew the Lord. They knew Paul. Let's not make this thing difficult. Let's not give it the energy that we don't need. They're scared of you. Why are you scared of them? People talk about they're scared and this. That ain't nothing but demons. You better find out how to put the word on them. It's nothing but demons that want you in fear. That want you predictable. Because when you're fearful, you can be predictable. And you can be hunted. Luke 10 and 17. The 70 returned with joy. I need to put on my gloves now. So check this out. This is Luke 10. After these, hold on. Then the 70 returned with joy, saying, Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name. Subject. Subjects. Not the other way around. So where's their oppression coming from them? Oh no, no, no. They can try to oppress you, but they're subject. But do you know that? Do you know that? Now, this doesn't mean to walk around, yeah, you're subject to me. No, there's humility. They're subject to you. Why? Because they're subject to who's in you, Yahweh Shai. They're not subject to you. They're subject to you through the Lord, Yahweh Shai. That's why you hear the screaming from time to time. Screams, shouting, raging. Sometimes you even hear, get out! Get out! That's called the demoniacs. Yahweh Shai dealt with that constantly. Panicking. Sometimes you might see people scurrying, walking. Yahweh Shai had to deal with what you call the demoniacs. Who were the demoniacs? These were people that were oppressed by the devil. And as I get here as well, should I even mention? No, it's not worthy mentioning it, but they have tactics. What these people do also, they will set up lights in their house. So let me tell you something. What else they do? They also set up lights in their house, and these lights they have sensors as well, and they can ping your. Listen, there's so much dynamics. But is there any part of me mentioning it? Oh, they use frequencies as well with this program. They use all different frequencies. But is there any point of me mentioning it? Is that going to help your salvation? No, you're not. It's not. When you focus on what these people are doing, you're giving them power. Yeah, they use frequencies, they use light systems, they use frequencies, they use whew, they were trained just this is how desperate. They would even change the setting of the traffic lights just for you. Just to slow down traffic. I've seen it all, pretty much I've seen it all. And it says Baba Kishar, Luke 10 and 18. Check this out. Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name. And he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold, I give you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing by any means shall hurt you. It's given to you that authority, and nothing by any means will hurt you. Nothing. Where's the pain coming from? Where's the hurt coming from? Where's that coming from then? You're giving him permission through fair. Through fair. Through agreement, some type of agreement. Most people that get oppressed or some type of attack or some type of harm, a lot of the time it's through an agreement, or you think the enemy can do this or he can do that, and you believe it. Well, whatever you believe, that's power. Belief is power. You gotta have that belief. Now, listen, you're a conqueror for you have a shine. No, the enemy doesn't have that type of power. He's limited. He can do certain things, but he's limited. So when you give into fear, intimidation, you believe you can do this, you can do that. It's like who you worshiping now. This is how they trick you because they have occultic beliefs. That's how they trick you. So they want you in agreement with what they're doing. Whether that's a ritual, whether it's not. That's why they try. Also, have you seen it when they try to get you involved in rituals and have you agree with it? Hmm? You will see this type of thing. What's that? Ah, it's a little fox. It's a fox looking for some food to eat. We're gonna shut off soon. And it says, "I better watch out because the train's coming." Shit, you better watch out. Oh, careful. Yeah. And it says, check this out. And over all the power of the enemy, and nothing by any means shall hurt you. So guess what? It says we have power over all the enemy, not some all. And nothing by any means shall hurt you or harm you. So you can't be harmed unless you believe the enemy can harm you. Stop believing that rubbish. Now, if the Lord allows him to, yeah, then he can, because he also done that with Job as well. Job was inflicted with boils and sores and other things. So yeah, if he allows that to happen, but you have to be like, you're protected by the Lord, man. You have power. Exercise that power. And stop letting people fool you or trick you. This is what this program is based upon as well. Them tricking you at your position. Have you noticed that? Have you ever noticed when you're anytime you have a like high surge of energy and things are going well, they try to kind of bring you back down again. Then when that don't work, they try to the confusion. They have circular conversations to have you confused. There's a lot of psychological warfare involved in this, a lot, because they're trying to trick you. Because if you don't know who you are, then you can be fooled. Yahushua knew who he was. That's how he was able to exercise that authority over them. So I want to shut off here. I want to go on longer, but what's the time? We're gonna shut. We're gonna shut off here because I want to touch base somewhere else. But Lord willing, this was edifying, and I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh by Sham Yahabashai Bahasham Mahavakar Badash. And until the next time, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.